Hello guys, this is a 6-game NBA slate for January 14th. This slate does start 30 minutes later than usual. So looking at point guard, we have James Harden at the top, 12.4K. It's really going to be Harden or Anthony Davis or both. You can definitely fit in both. For right now, I think you can definitely go for Harden, even though it's a back-to-back and he played 42 minutes. And we've seen Harden against this Memphis team earlier on in the season. It doesn't matter about the slow pace or the matchup, the defense, whatever it is. Harden, we know what he is every day that the Rockets are on the slate. So Harden 12.4 price is just a couple hundred more, but still excellent play. Has such a great floor of probably I'd say 60 with upside of really 100. So again, you have to probably have some shares of Harden. Next, Damian Lillard, 8.8K. This is a terrific matchup for point guards for really any team that plays against the Kings, especially when the Kings are at home because the games usually stay closer. The Kings don't usually are go into blowouts. So Lillard 8.8K in this terrific pace of matchup spot. He hasn't really been the same Damian Lillard that we're accustomed to seeing. That's partly because of just how these games have gone, even if it's a blowout or if it's just Nurkic or CJ McCollum getting hot. Lillard will definitely kind of defer and let those guys take over. But in close games, like what I think this game should be, this is a very close spread of a game. The Kings are actually favored by 2 points right now with a 227.5 total right now. So this is a terrific spot. And then you look at the next guy, which is D'Angelo Russell, 6.5K against Boston. At home, D'Angelo Russell usually doesn't get the benching. It did happen when he missed the defensive assignment, but then he came back, still played, good minutes, 26 minutes, probably a little bit low, but it did turn into a bit of a blowout at the end. And D'Angelo Russell, he's going to be a key part, or he should be, if the Nets are going to keep this one close against Boston. And with or without Kyrie, I think this game definitely has a great chance of staying close. D'Angelo Russell is going to get probably Kyrie Irving defense. They'll probably try to put Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart, some guys that are tougher matchups, better defenders. But D'Angelo Russell, just at this price, it just seems way too low for the kind of upside that he has. Definitely can get you 8x, 9x, possibly creeping up towards that range. So I really like Russell here at home. Minutes, I'd say around 30. Just really like him for the price. Next, Terry Rozier. Obviously, if Kyrie Irving were to miss, this is just going to be a lock. This is going to be your value play, and it's going to make playing guys like Harden and AD together easier. And then Shelvin Mack, 3.4K. He got pretty nice minutes last game when Kyle Anderson got hurt. The Grizzlies did go with the Mac Conley, JaMychal Green, Jaren Jackson, and Marcus All lineup to close that game. So Mac could definitely be in the game if this game stays close in crunch time, because the matchup, I mean, it is against the Rockets, and it's just, you guard Harden, and you can have really any four guys just guarding the other four because you're just going to be spacing the floor other than Capella. So Shelvin Mack, if Kyrie Irving is in and you don't have that Terry Rozier value, Mack definitely deserves a little bit of a look. Shooting guard, I mentioned Harden. Mitchell, 9.2K. He's probably going to be a little bit lower owned because of just Harden and AD on this slate. It's going to be a little tough to go to Mitchell, but 9.2K, I think he has a terrific floor. He should get you like 5x, but really it's about the upside at this price now. It's a lot more expensive. It's almost a 3K increase from, towards the end of December, so like 2 weeks ago. This is a great match, or not really matchup wise, but obviously Detroit's not like a scary team that you want to avoid. Utah, it's just the Donovan Mitchell show. Joe Ingles in there, Royce O'Neal. So Mitchell 9.2K, even with the price increase, you're probably gonna get 30 real life points with like 5 rebounds and a great bump in assists, and then he'll get you some defensive stats. So if he shoots well, usually will take 20 plus shots, especially with no Rubio, Exum, Neto. This is going to be, again, a great spot for Mitchell just because of the usage that he's going to get. but it's just, can you get Mitchell when you have Harden, AD, and cheaper guys that probably are better value-wise? Next, Lou Williams, 6.7K. Terrific matchup, great pace. Just New Orleans, they don't really play defense. They play so fast. This game is going to be by far, probably, unless one of the games goes into overtime, the highest total on the slate. Lou Will isn't going to play a whole lot of minutes, under 30, but when he's on the court, huge usage. And Montrezl Harrell, he's been back for a few games now. Harrell boosts Williams, Williams boosts Harrell. They just play so well together off the bench, and Lou Will is going to be in there for crunch time too. So he's going to get a lot of usage, and he's really productive out there when he's on the court. So 6.7K, usually guys don't like to really take Lou because he's a bench player, but this is the sixth man. This is a guy that just is amazing. We know what the type of player that he is and what he can do. Great upside, 50-point upside, and pretty nice floor. So the great matchup, the pace, everything. Lou Will 6.7K, I definitely do like. And then Jaylen Brown, if Kyrie Irving were to miss, this is going to be a GPP play, but definitely a GPP throw that you can definitely go after because he's got upside, and he usually doesn't play that many minutes because the Celtics are so deep. But if Kyrie were to miss, he can definitely inch towards 30 minutes. And at 4.3K, he has terrific upside. Really, he can 10x his price. So something that you should definitely look into. And then Etuan Moore. This is going to be very low owned. Just the pace, the matchup. The Clippers do struggle defensively. And Moore, he's going to get minutes. His minutes have been pretty solid recently. It's just that he's really dependent as a shooter. But obviously, the Pelicans do need shooting, even with Meritage back, just to space the floor for AD and Randall. And so here in this matchup, Etuan Moore, he's not going to be high owned, and he closed the last game out. So really, the Pelicans do like doing like a Drew Holiday, Etuan Moore, Meritage, Randall, and AD lineup. But definitely, if Elfrid Payton were to play well, he could definitely just take over Etuan Moore, and they'll go with 2 point guards. But Moore, definitely, if he's making shots, he's going to be on the court. And his price is pretty good for the kind of minutes that he could definitely see. So great potential, great upside. Moving on to small forward, Bogdanovic is 5.6K. Really cheap. I always target Portland at the wings for power forward positions. Bogdanovic handles a lot for a small forward. People don't really like Bogdanovic as a play now that Iman Shumpert is back, but really Bogdanovic now moves on the second unit. He's going to come in about the halfway mark in the first quarter, play until like the halfway mark of the second quarter, and that's when he's going to get a lot of usage with Fox on the bench. And that's when Bogdanovic is going to really take over, just assist-wise, everything. He can score. He's a great rebounder too. He just does everything. And if he throws in like some of those steals and blocks, he's going to be an amazing play. Like, he has a really nice floor, terrific upside, and 5.6K is way too cheap in a pretty good matchup for Bogdanovic here. And he's going to be at home too. Probably going to play close to 30 minutes as long as this game stays close, which it should. So I love Bogdanovic here. People, for some reason, they don't really like him. But yeah, I just really like Bogdanovic regardless if he starts or not. And we know he's going to be coming off the bench with Shumpert back. And so he's going to get that extra usage. Next, Royce O'Neal, chalky play, but 4.7K with the kind of minutes that he's going to get. It's insane. But really, 4.7K, he has still like a 8K kind of like value here. And his rebounds are really, up there, but this might just be the type of player that he is. Like, we've seen him getting these rebounds, and he's a really terrific defender, so he's going to get you steals and blocks. Rebounds, probably not sustainable, that he's going to get you double-digit rebounds, but, if he makes his threes, that's pretty much what he's going to do on offense and get, like, some easy layups. But here in this matchup against Detroit, not a good defensive team, even with this price increase, just the role that he's going to get starting and the minutes that he's going to get, still a play that you have to consider, and it's chalky, but, you might have to play it if there's no other value that opens up. Next, Evan Turner, if 4.4K, if Evan Turner, or if Mo Harkless is out, Evan Turner is going to start again, And again, just the pace up spot, 4.4K. He doesn't give you a whole lot of upside, but he's pretty safe for just starting. And he's gonna get you close to 30 minutes, possibly over 30 by a little bit, just because of like without Harkless, they need Evan Turner. He can ball handle a bit, and he's not like the worst kind of player because he'll rebound, he'll do a little bit of everything else. Not a great shooter, not something that he's gonna do. Just take mid-range shots, kind of layups, drives, but that's just what you're gonna get from Turner. So he offers a nice floor, but not a whole lot of upside. But if you just need somebody for like cash games, Evan Turner's your guy. And then moving on, Garrett Temple and Justin Holiday together. Justin Holiday is probably going to get the start at small forward for Kyle Anderson, who's going to be out for a few weeks. And even against Houston, I think just the minutes that they're both going to play, probably Temple's a 30-plus minute guy. Probably a lock now without Kyle Anderson. Obviously, his usage is not there. He's kind of all over the place in terms of production, but his minutes are probably going to be kind of locked in. And Justin Holiday for 3.4K, he's probably going to see close to 30 minutes here. Obviously, Chauvin Mack could probably sneak in and just like take the minutes away and to close the game. But Holiday, he should get the start. They're going to need some defense and some length. Justin Holiday is trying to get, just more integrated into this Grizzlies offense, and he doesn't seem like he's too comfortable in it yet. He's not really taking a whole lot of shots. He's missing a lot. But we're just not like accustomed to seeing like just low performance from Justin Holiday. On the Bulls, he was a much better player. Obviously, that was a situation where he was getting a lot more usage, and with the Grizzlies, it's just Conley and Gasol. But Holiday, he's probably gonna step into the lineup, and for 3.4K, he can definitely do worse. And with the slate not looking like it has a lot of value, Holiday, Temple, they definitely offer some good value for right now. Moving on to power forward, Tobias Harris and Gallinari. They're not going to be like main guys I target, but for game stacks, definitely should look into it. Same with Harrell, Lou Will. I just think that the prices aren't really that great. If they're under 7K, then sure for Tobias and Gallinari, but really, like even when you target wings forwards against the Pelicans, their prices are just so up there that Tobias, if he gets you like a 40, you really aren't going to be missing out a whole lot. Sure, that's over 5x, but the chances of him busting are probably higher than the chance of him like he hits for 6, 7, 8x that you're gonna need him in your lineup to win. So Tobias, same with Gallinari, just not really like main targets even in this terrific matchup. Julius Randle though, 7.4K is someone that I would play over Harris and Gallinari. Even with Mirotic out, Randle's like as the season has gone on, he's kind of surpassed Mirotic, just for the starting role, obviously, and then like just the performances that they've both been playing at. Mirotic is gonna be like his third game back, and so Randle is probably still gonna take a lot of the minutes and a lot of usage still. And this is a terrific matchup for bigs against the Clippers. He's probably gonna get you a double-double. We know the upside that he can get, and if you want to play James Harden over AD, definitely I think playing Randle here makes sense, just so you can get that like exposure from the Pelicans' big side. And you never know with AD, like if he gets a AD headed to the locker room, then Randle's gonna get close to 40 minutes and huge bumps to everything else. 60-point upside, really over 60 as he's done before this year. So Randle, terrific upside here at 7.4K. Gonna be a little bit overlooked, kind of the same with Mirotic, just because like everything's gonna be on Anthony Davis. Next, Mirotic, 5.7K. His minutes are creeping up now. They're increasing, but obviously he's kind of like limited a little bit with Randle and AD both healthy, but obviously he's going to be an important part for this Pelicans team. 5.7K is a little cheap, but it's kind of like the right price for him just because of the minutes and the production that he's been doing. So Mirotic, not a bad play, but more of a GPP kind of guy that not somebody that I'm going to have a lot of exposure, if any at all. JaMychal Green's 4.8K. He could get some more minutes with the injuries, and Green here, he could close at small forward, and we know the kind of upside he can have. Terrific rebounding, terrific rebounder. He can score, probably not going to get you 24 points, but still double-double is a potential, and he'll get steals and blocks too. So 4.8K, if he somehow starts even, I don't think he will, but that's gonna be a pretty good play. And then Marvin Bagley too, 4.8K. This is a guy that was around 6K earlier, but then he got hurt twice. He's a guy that definitely deserves a look if he's going to play you close to 30 minutes. 4.8K seems like it's a little bit too cheap, probably 5x easily, but it's really about can he get you, 7, 8x, which he could, but he hasn't really shown that yet. But this is a terrific matchup against Portland. Power forwards have definitely destroyed along with small forwards against the Blazers. Moving on to center, it's Anthony Davis here, 11.6K. For right now, I kind of lean towards playing AD. I'll have to see how the construction works out because Harden and Randall definitely seems pretty appealing, because if you play AD, I don't think you want to play Randall. So Anthony Davis, 11.6K, excellent. Andre Drummond, 8.7K, not going to be a guy that I'm going to be really on, but he's played really well against Rudy Gobert in his career. 8.7K for the kind of upside that Drummond has. It's definitely terrific, but obviously you do have to monitor like foul trouble maybe sometimes. Drummond does get into foul trouble a few times, not like something that you want to try to predict, but Drummond definitely 8.7K. When there's Anthony Davis up top, it's kind of tough to go down to Drummond. I think Nurkic is going to be more popular than Drummond, so Drummond probably pretty low owned if you want to go there. And then really that's it for like the top end guys. And then you kind of go down to like the value. I think Ed Davis for 3.7K is pretty appealing here. He does pretty well when he's out on the court. Like his rebounds are his rebounding totals are kind of insane. Like double-digit rebounds in 20 or less minutes is crazy. We know Boston is pretty undersized. They get beat inside a lot, and his minutes, he only got 17 because it was a blowout, and Allen Williams snuck into the rotation. But for 3.7K against Boston, a team that struggles against bigs with the slate that doesn't really have any value, I think, if like Kyrie Irving were to play, then it's not going to be Rozier. Ed Davis definitely deserves a look. It kind of sucks that he's not power forward eligible anymore, but for center, you can definitely still play Ed Davis at center because you can put in Anthony Davis at power forward, and then the other Davis here, Ed, can just slot in at center. And then, if you're desperate really, like if Rondae Hollis-Jefferson were to return and cuts into Ed Davis, then Pau Gasol, I mean, it's not appealing at all, but 3.1K, if he were to start again, get you like 20 minutes, it's not bad. He'll get you assists, rebounds, obviously, score a little bit, maybe some blocks. He only needs to get you like 15.5. It's not the worst idea. Obviously, it's not like a play that I'm going to be wanting, but, this is a pretty good matchup, so Pau Gasol if worst comes to worst. But really, my favorite plays, it's going to be D'Angelo Russell, and then Bogdanovich, and then depending what I do, I kind of like Anthony Davis right now, but I think if you were to go like Harden, then you can play Randall, definitely makes sense. And then center, if there's no value, you can definitely go with Ed Davis, and then like if Kyrie were to miss, then you plug in Terry Rozier. And then, definitely you have the money. Maybe if we were to go up to 80, that's going to be tough. For the salary, you probably can't play like Bogdan or Russell, but, it definitely does kind of like work out so that you probably want to play Randall with Harden, and then monitoring the value situation. But really, I think Harden, Randall, it's probably going to be more of the way that people are going to want to go. But Harden is on a back-to-back, so maybe that lowers his ownership, but Anthony Davis is in just such a great spot that I kind of want Anthony Davis. So maybe I just go Anthony Davis over Harden, but obviously that remains to be seen, because if there's a lot of value, then you can just get AD and Harden together. But that's it for right now. That's what I see as of this moment. So if you like the video, please leave a like down below, and please subscribe to the channel for more videos. I'll have my Twitter down in the description as usual. Please comment on this video if you have any more questions, or just DM me on Twitter at BobFools. Link will be in the description once again. So thank you guys for watching, and good luck on the slate.